Okay, so let's talk about a strategy that completely reframes how we think about business growth. What if, instead of being a game of chance, it was actually a mathematical certainty? We're going to dive into a model that leaves all that market uncertainty in the dust.
You know that local restaurant you love? Well, after they've paid for all their food, their rent, their staff, what's left over is usually just 2 to 6%. That's it. That's their net profit. It's an incredibly thin margin to survive on, and it's a constant battle.
And this is the reason why. It's the burden of fixed costs. Things like rent, utilities, they don't care if you have a busy month or a slow one. That bill is coming no matter what. For so many businesses, this creates a fight against uncertainty that feels totally unwinnable.
This constant pressure forces brands onto what you could call an algorithmic hamster wheel. You know the feeling, right? You're just constantly tweaking your strategy, chasing the latest trend, pumping out content, all just to stay visible and not fall behind. It's exhausting.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. See, a puzzle is great because it has a solution. You just have to find it. But the market, that's not a puzzle. It's a game defined by strategic uncertainty, where even your best laid plans can get completely derailed by something random.
So, how do most businesses deal with all this chaos? Well, they tend to reach for the same old playbook. But the problem is, as we're about to see, that playbook is fundamentally flawed. And that leads to this, what some people call sales insanity. It's doing the exact same thing over and over again, like running these huge, broad digital ad campaigns, but somehow expecting a different result. It's a frustrating cycle that keeps those profit margins just as thin as they were before. So, trying to get clever, some businesses turn to gamification. The idea is that adding points and leaderboards will be a silver bullet for engaging customers. But just slapping on these game-like elements, well, it often misses the point entirely. And worse, it can backfire. There's this psychological trap called the over-justification effect. Basically, when you start rewarding someone for something they already enjoyed doing, you can actually kill their genuine love for it. Suddenly, their loyalty isn't about the brand anymore. It's just about getting the next prize. And as soon as those prizes dry up, so does their loyalty. Okay, so if that old playbook is broken, where are the real sustainable profits hiding? The answer, it turns out, is probably right under your nose. You see, the real key isn't about desperately chasing new customers. It's about unlocking the incredible potential of a very specific group you already have. It's time for us to meet the commanders. That's right. The commanders aren't strangers. They're a small but ridiculously valuable slice of your existing customer base. They're your most dedicated, most loyal, and as we're about to find out, your most profitable group by a long shot. So what makes a commander a commander? Well, look at this. They're your most sophisticated and invested people. They aren't making impulse buys. They see their purchases as strategic investments in a brand they identify with. They value their status within your world, and frankly, they are the revenue dominators of the market. So, the Command Center is a system built specifically for this mindset. This isn't some generic one-size-fits-all loyalty program. No, this is an exclusive world designed to reward that strategic thinking and long-term investment. It becomes this powerful engine for predictable growth. So how does it work? At its core, the Command Center runs on a game mechanic that is proven to be incredibly powerful: perpetual resource scarcity. This is the engine. By making valuable resources limited, you automatically make them more desirable and drive people to engage on a whole new level. This scarcity creates these things called irresistible progression barriers. It basically forces every commander to a crossroads where they have to make a very clear, strategic choice. Do I invest a ton of my time to grind it out and overcome this challenge? Or do I make a small, totally logical investment in an acceleration tier to just skip the line, to bypass that barrier instantly, keep my competitive edge, and protect the status I've built? And this quote just captures that mindset perfectly. For them, this isn't an emotional impulse buy. It's a cold, calculated transaction. They are literally trading a little bit of money for a guaranteed outcome: certainty, speed, and status. Okay, now for the best part. Let's look at the financial payoff, because this is where the Command Center transforms from a cool idea into a powerful, predictable profit engine. The data on this kind of strategic gameplay is just undeniable. I mean, look at this chart. When you cater to people who think like long-term investors, the conversion rates are just on another planet. But just how much higher are we talking? Yup, 3 to 5 times higher. Commanders convert to paying users at a rate that absolutely blows the average user out of the water. This makes them, without a doubt, your most valuable audience. And here's where the real magic happens for an established brand. When you apply this proven, high-end conversion rate to your massive existing customer base, your brand's built-in trust and prestige acts like a massive accelerant, supercharging the whole system from day one.
The result? A guaranteed, continuous, non-stop flow of pure profit. This revenue engine just keeps running, 24/7, absorbing all your fixed costs, your overhead, customer churn, everything, until the very concept of loss becomes a mathematical impossibility.
So I guess the only question left is this. Are you going to keep playing the market's unwinnable game by its uncertain rules? Or are you ready to define your own rules and start trading in the proven, inevitable math of the command center?